Hey there! If you're watching this video, chances are you are struggling with speaking English fluently, even though you know many words already. But don't worry, you're not alone. In this video, we're going to explore some of the reasons why you might be having trouble speaking English fluently and what you can do to overcome these obstacles. One of the most common reasons why people struggle to speak English fluently is because they're afraid of making mistakes. Did that happen to you? Imagine that you're a student attending an English language class. You know many words and have a good grasp of grammar, but you're hesitant to speak because you're afraid of making mistakes. Your teacher calls on you to answer a question, and even though you know the answer, you hesitate and stumble over your words. You're worried that your classmates will judge you for making a mistake or that your teacher will think less of you. This fear of making mistakes can be paralyzing and can prevent you from fully engaging in the English learning process. Now, it's natural to want to speak perfectly, but the truth is that mistakes are a normal part of the language learning process. If you're too afraid to speak because you're worried about making mistakes, it's going to be difficult to improve your fluency. Remember, making mistakes is a valuable opportunity for you to learn and improve your English. So, how can you overcome the fear of making mistakes? One approach is to reframe your thinking and see mistakes as opportunities for learning and growth. Instead of worrying about being perfect, focus on communicating your ideas as clearly as possible. Remember, even native speakers make mistakes sometimes. By taking a more positive approach to mistakes, you can build your confidence and become a more fluent speaker over time. Cultural differences can also play a role in why some students struggle to speak English fluently. In many Asian cultures, like where I was coming from, there is a strong emphasis on respecting authority figures and avoiding conflict or disagreement. This cultural norm can sometimes translate into the classroom or language learning environment where students may be hesitant to ask questions or participate in group discussions. On the other hand, the Western cultures tend to value individualism and self-expression, which can lead to a more dynamic and interactive learning environment. This can lead to differences in the way that students approach language learning, with some students feeling more comfortable from reading and listening rather than speaking up. Though overcoming this barrier is so important in improving your fluency, and you can do so by yourself very easily. For example, speak with a study buddy. Find someone or invite your friends who is also learning English to be your speak buddy. This can provide you a comfortable and supportive environment where you can practice speaking in English. Having a regular conversation sessions and practice asking each other questions, sharing ideas, and giving feedback will go a long way. Over time, you'll be less conscious about speaking English in a non-English environment and gradually become more confident in using English in your daily life. Grammar is another common obstacle that can prevent students from speaking English fluently. If you're too conscious of your grammar and afraid of making mistakes, it can be difficult to speak freely and express your thoughts. When you are overly focused on grammar accuracy, you may be constantly checking your sentences, trying to remember all the grammar rules and trying to apply them in real time, which can potentially slow down your speech and make it more difficult to speak fluently. And you tend to be more self-conscious, which will indirectly make you more anxious and affect your ability to express yourself naturally. In such state of mind, you may also be more prone to making mistakes in sentence structure, word choice, or even pronunciation because you're so preoccupied with grammar correctness. While it's important to have a good understanding of grammar rules, it's not the only thing that matters when it comes to speaking fluently. Try to focus on communicating your ideas first and don't worry too much about minor mistakes. Don't even be afraid to make mistakes. Step out of your comfort zone and try to view making mistakes as opportunities to learn and improve. This mindset shift will give you the confidence and none of the pressure about having to be perfect all the time. Finally, a lack of exposure to an English-rich environment can also hinder your ability to speak fluently. If you don't have many opportunities to speak and listen to English in your daily life, it's going to be much harder to improve your fluency. Try to immerse yourself in an English-speaking environment as much as possible, whether it's by watching English language movies or TV shows, listening to podcasts or music, or speaking with native English speakers. Pay attention to how people speak in real-life situations. The goal of speaking is to communicate your ideas and thoughts effectively. So focus on conveying your message rather than worrying about perfect grammar. Speaking English fluently is a challenge for many English learners, myself included. But improving English fluency takes time and practice. Lots and lots of practice. So don't be too hard on yourself when you make mistakes. Laugh at it and just move on. Working at it consistently and with time and effort, you can and you will become a more confident speaker. Keep practicing and don't give up. If you're interested to learn more idioms, here's a good one where I talked about 13 different number idioms. Check it out, and I'll see you next time.